I know plenty of people who did what he was alleged to have done in the NBA, and it was never, ever reported. Ever.
Well, now tuned in to the Dark Times channel.
So here we go again, back with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And we got to open up by talking about the Houston Rockets because they're once again surging. They're number 2 in the West, and they're getting healthy again, healthy at the right time, and they're looking like contenders.
Houston has now won 7 straight, which has launched them into the 2 spot in the Western Conference, just ahead of the Nuggets on a head-to-head tiebreak. The 7-game win streak is the Rockets' longest win streak this season and the longest active streak in the NBA. Stephen A., are the Rockets contenders or pretenders?
I think they're contenders. They're too young. Do I think they're going to win the West? No. But they can shock some people because they've got a lot of talent. And for me personally, it's personal to me, Janae, it's personal to me, Molly and Shannon, as it pertains to Coach Ime Udoka.
And so absolutely, of course, it's personal to Stephen A. Smith. I'm sure Stephen A. Smith has had his opportunities at ESPN and other places.
I heard you love Latinas. Is that true?
I do.
How's your Spanish?
It's not good at all, but I'm working on it. I just need to be inspired. I need somebody to teach me how to speak Espanol. So I'm working on that. I'm working.
Maybe we can find someone to help you with that.
I'm looking for it.
You're there right on the fence. Absolutely, Tigress. Yes, I am. Rah. The bottom line is this, okay? When you look at it, all right? When you look at it, the bottom line is Josh Allen.
Being in the game and being in the business as long as he's been in the business. And so he sees himself in Ime Udoka. And if Ime Udoka can get done like this, then Stephen A. Smith could get done like this as well.
He's the only one screwing. Nobody else was. Everybody else was celibate. They kept their stuff in their pants. They were the Pope. Only black dudes screwing around.
I think he is one of the best coaches in the world. He is a sensational basketball coach. Look at what he's done in his first 2 years with the Houston Rockets. You know, Tillman Fertitta deserves so much credit for hiring this dude. What happened to him in Boston? It was a crime. I will never forgive the Boston Celtics for what they did to him because they put business on Front Street. And as a guy that's been covering sports for over 30 years, that has covered the NBA, I know plenty of people who did what he was alleged to have done in the NBA. And it was never, ever reported. Ever.
And so absolutely, no doubt about it. This kind of thing happens every day, all day, in all kinds of industries. Not just sports, not just the NBA, but on every job, at every single level. And nobody ever talks about it unless somebody has an axe to grind or unless somebody's trying to get the bag. And in this particular case with Ime Udoka, it seemed to be neither. And so like Stephen A. Smith alluded to, it makes you wonder what the real reason as to why Ime Udoka got singled out and lost his job, a job that he was excelling at, a job in which he got a team to the finals his first year. And now he's looking to do the same thing in his second year with the Houston Rockets.
That was an HR matter. What happened to Ime Udoka was a crime. The Boston Celtics, because I got love for Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and those boys, I won't put it on them. And I love Brad Stevens, too, who's done an exceptional job as president of basketball operations. But I'm talking about the ownership. What they did to that man is criminal. I hope they lose money. They're trying to sell a team. I hope they lose a profit. I hope they lose money. They don't deserve our love at all. Ime Udoka is an elite coach. He would be champion right now because Boston would have won the championship with them last year, okay? And Houston eventually will win a championship with that man as coach. He can coach anybody in the NBA. He is that elite. And because of that, Houston has a chance. Them young thoroughbreds, those athletes, I still think they're a little young, but they got a chance. And they can knock somebody off, y'all. They really can.
And so a lot of people feel like Stephen A. Smith. A lot of people are riding with Ime Udoka and the Houston Rockets because they feel like Ime Udoka got a raw deal. They feel like he got done wrong. And because of that, a lot of people are rocking with Ime Udoka and the Houston Rockets. They want to see the Houston Rockets in the finals sooner than later. And how sweet would that be? A Houston Rockets finals against the Boston Celtics. That's what I'm rooting for. And not to mention the Rockets are probably one of the most exciting teams in the NBA right now.
That's my first game winner. I feel like Kobe.
Like I've said before, if you like defense, you like old school 90s basketball, that's the Houston Rockets. They're going to give you everything they got every single night, and it starts with Ime Udoka. But let me know how y'all feel below. Let's go ahead and keep the conversation going. And as usual, peace and chaos.